thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you. Now, this video was one of the most voted videos to talk about, so I'm going to talk about today. Mrs In10sity will be joining us shortly. She's back at we'll handle some business. But what's going on? Oh, how you feeling today? How you feeling? How's everybody feeling? How's everybody doing? It's crazy, you know. I hope everybody set their clocks. Was it back or forth? I don't even know. All I know is that it's getting darker a lot earlier, and this I don't know who made this time aspect of it. It's stupid because as it gets colder, it's going to get darker faster, and that's kind of depressing. You know what I mean? They should do it in the summer. Oh, time goes back. Okay, so they should do it in the summer. You know what I mean? And switch it around. It's stupid. But today we're going to get into how to discover inner peace. How would you discover the peaceful side of yourself so you don't let the outside things affect you? Now, I don't want you to think that I'm somebody that I think I'm better than anybody. I'm just going to tell you what I've done to help myself become centered and discover inner peace. And I took down some things that I did step by step to help myself discover inner peace. So from my perspective, this is how you're going to get it, not from anybody else's. These are the things that I did off of research and off of just going through so many barriers in my life done by myself to help me discover inner peace. I was a person that, you know, had temper issues. I was a person that was very compulsive. I just reacted on whatever. And you know, I mean, when it comes down to it, I had a lot of turmoil inside, and I had to realize if I wanted to change myself, I needed to discover something about myself that I didn't know, which in the end is going to help me get peace. Now, the first thing that I did was I learned how to meditate. I learned how to center myself because there are so many thoughts running through the brain of a person that we never come to find out and just quiet that down first. We never quiet that down. So if you don't quiet that side of you down, it's going to be very, very hard to develop your inner peace, to be peaceful if you have so much noise going, not from the external, from the internal. So I did meditation, and people ask me, what is meditation? How do you do it? Listen, you sit there, you don't got to sit like no yogi with your hands like that and feet crossed, and you don't got to do that. That's TV. This is real life, you know. I'm talking about sitting there in a quiet place for 5 to 10 minutes a day and being quiet, closing your eyes, and focusing on the present situation right now, where you are presently. Not about the past, not about the future, because they both cause stress. The present, you center yourself around the present and listen to your breathing. Now, you're going to be doing this for a period of time, listening to your breathing to the point where you're not going to be thinking anymore at all. It's going to go black. But this is going to take time for you to do this. And a lot of people don't understand that you're going to need to be patient with the process of your growth. If you're not patient, that also can disrupt you developing inner peace. If you want it now, right now, you don't understand the process is just as important as the discovery. You don't understand that. If you're not somebody who likes the process of things and you're impatient and you like, I want it right now, and you know, this is how we're raised and to get fast results, then you're going to take for granted what you need to do to get to the point where you need to go. So first thing is meditation and understanding there's a process you're going to have to get to. You're going to have to get there. All right, the next one, I wrote down some stuff too. Okay. You're going to have to learn about yourself. You're going to have to know who you are. Now, you're going to have to understand that you may not even be who you think you are. People, this is the reason why they say to get married, pretty much to get married when you're like in the 30s. They say that because before you get to that point, you don't even know who the hell you are. And a lot of people grow apart. If you get married when you're young, a lot of people who get married young have a lot of turmoil around the 28 to 35 range because they're starting to find out who they are. And who they are aren't the person that is acceptable to the other person or to themselves. So learning who yourself is understanding to get to know what you like, what you don't like. Not about what everybody else likes, what you don't like. You know what I mean? And people have been following other people for so long, you don't even know what you like anymore. You don't even know who you are anymore. You don't even know what you like to wear anymore because you have been following people, celebrities, friends for so long, you actually have become them and not yourself, which can also cause inner turmoil and fault your process on discovering inner peace. It's very peaceful when you actually are comfortable with who you are. It's very peaceful when you stop becoming complacent with what you was. It's very peaceful when you understand that you can actually live in your own skin and love all of your greatest parts about yourself, but all your flaws as well. People make you feel guilty for it. You know, a lot of black people or white people, you know, they feel flaws about, you know, their skin. You know, it doesn't matter what you are. People might feel certain insecurities because of how the TV makes you feel. If you're watching TV, that's going to make you feel some type of way about yourself if you're not perfect. Somebody who's an endomorph and is a little thicker than the average person, you're going to feel flawed because on TV, they don't glorify you. They glorify the skinny person, they glorify the fit person, but they never seem to glorify you. So as a child, you don't really have any peace because, well, everybody around you has been saying that your particular body type is not sexy, it's not pretty, it's not acceptable in this society, which leaves you feeling like an outcast. So you might do crazy things to your body, get gastric bypass. Well, if you need gastric bypass, you got something else going on. But you might do things to your body, such as plastic surgery and things of that nature, or make your hair long and stringy like they tell you, but they don't understand. But you don't, because you don't understand your beauty. And discovering inner peace is discovering one's self. To discover everything about yourself, what you like and what you don't like. Because you're the total life sum of all your decisions in life. And when you look at yourself in the mirror and you realize that you are greater than all the decisions because you are only with that, that's you who you was. But who you are now is somebody who's going to change that and do anything it takes to get to that point where you discover your inner peace. And these are things that I've done, and I had to literally kill who I was. I had to die in order to find out who I was because I wasn't comfortable in my skin. I wasn't comfortable with who I was. I wasn't comfortable with a lot of things about myself, and I had to literally kill all that and just be me. Now, let me give you a little example. When in the beginning of my YouTube thing, when I started doing my videos, nobody was watching them. Still to this day, nobody watches them. And it's funny, I see it like, wow, these things, they don't get no views because at that time, I was lying to myself. And a lot of y'all lie to yourselves. You try to make people feel comfortable because you think it makes them feel comfortable for you discrediting yourself. But inside, you are going to start to hate yourself. It's going to be turmoil because the real you wants to get out, and it's caged. And when it's caged, it builds up a kind of pressure. And one day you might explode because all this time you don't even know who the hell you are. And that's a big issue, people. A big issue. And after years and years, you know, yeah, it had only 20 views. Absolutely. You know, you saw the first, it had, because I was lying to myself. I was trying to be a nice guy. I was trying to be watching my words, and I wasn't being who I was. Who I am is somebody who likes to speak my mind. Who I am is somebody who just says whatever's on his mind. I'm sarcastic. I'm intense. I'm emotional. I'm serious. I'm funny. And all these things, in the beginning of my videos, I was lying to myself. And I was lying to you. Telling you what maybe I thought you wanted to hear. But it comes to find out when I killed that part of myself and I finally came back and did my videos. The first video I did was on January 1st this year. And I went ham on it. You know, and you got to understand that if you lie to yourself, you'll never ever discover inner peace. If you try to wear the latest sneaker just because you saw somebody else wear them, not because you actually like them, you'll never discover inner peace. If you sit around and you try to fit in with the group of people that you don't really feel comfortable around, and you try to fit in with them so you do what they do, but not what you want to do, then you'll never discover inner peace. And discover inner peace is being comfortable in one's self, regardless of what everybody else thinks about you. If you don't want to go to a party, then don't go to the party. If you don't want to make people happy that you think is everybody else, like you just, like, let me give you an example. Okay. Say you want to go, say these people are having a party and you really don't want to go. That's not your twist. That's not me, you know, but you go anyway. And after you leave a party, you're like, damn, yo, I knew I shouldn't have went. I should just listen to what I wanted to listen to. Right. And understand that you shouldn't care about pissing people off. Like Dripping Pain said, the first video I saw of me was, this video would piss some people off. Yep. Because I was new after that. I had awoken. I had ascended to another level. And I had to go through a certain death within myself. So I just talked my shit. I just talked my shit. And in my previous videos, I was scared to curse because I didn't want to offend my mom or anybody else. I was just lying. I was just lying. And I really wanted to help people. But I wasn't helping myself. And I had to take time to be with myself. And a lot of y'all must take time to be with yourself. And if people, friends, family that you can avoid, that cause negative disturbances within your body, within your spirit, all right, you must separate yourself until you realize who you are. So you can come back to that, if you come back to that after you find who you are, and be true to who you are. Understand that. You must be true to who you are. If you're not true, you're lying to yourself, you're lying to everybody, you're doing everybody an injustice. But you didn't come here on this planet to lie to yourself. The next thing, open your throat chakra. Now later on, I'm going to do a video about chakras, right? But it's all in the mental. Chakras are engaged from the mental anyway. And opening your throat chakra means speak. Say what's on your mind. Now, don't just go out blurting out anything. You know common sense. Use your intellect, people. Don't just go crazy with it. But you must be fearless in going towards what you want to. If you got something to say, just say it. Think about it, obviously, but say it. If you got a friend who is going through something, or you have a voice, say it. Because when you don't speak the way you want to speak, you lie to yourself. You lie to people. Like, you tell people, well, yeah, in your head, like, I know he or she's cheating on you, but I'm gonna try to tell you another way. No, listen, this is what's going on. Or if you can speak, right? Or if you're somebody who just got something on your mind, you always got something in your brain, right? Speak it some way, shape, or form. Open your throat chakras. Because a lot of y'all are closed up. Closed up. What's next? All right. This is a big one, y'all. Finding a hobby. A lot of y'all don't have no hobbies. A lot of delivery is everything. Absolutely. So you got to think about it. That's why I say use your intellect. Understand that you must find a hobby. Something that you can let yourself out. It's like an outlet for any inner frustration. If you don't have a hobby, then you'll come to find out that you're going to have a lot of frustration in you because you're not expressing yourself in a way, some way, shape, or form. Like, my hobby is basketball. My hobby is learning stuff new. I have several hobbies. And I need those hobbies because this is, see, Dripping Pain. There you go, pain, you know? You got to have something to express yourself because that could be how you find out who you are. Like, say if you like reading, well, find something you like to read. Say if you like drawing, draw. Nobody's going to judge you. Find a hobby. If you don't have any hobbies, you don't know who you are yet. You don't know what kind of things you like yet. Maybe you like walking. Walk. Maybe you like bike riding. Bike ride. Marathon running. Do that. Whatever. Fishing. Do it. I don't know why people don't have no hobbies. Think about it. The older you get, the less you forget about, you know, who you are, who you was, things you liked about as a kid. Think about when you were a child and things you like doing just because you like doing them. You know, think about things you love. What did you love when you were a kid? Because I can guarantee you this, after the age of 12, your pineal gland was fully calcified and a part of you died. So think about the things you liked as a kid and try to translate that to an adult. And I bet you'll find some, you'll find something that actually makes sense. And if you like drawing as a kid, start drawing as an adult. If you like writing as a kid, start writing as an adult. And you'll find that you're going to connect with another part of yourself that it's going to bring something out of you. That's going to be in the developed part. Like back in the day, I used to write poetry, right? I wrote a whole book, straight poetry. Now, when I write now, it's more detailed and it comes off clearer. It comes off way clearer. And you must understand, people, that if you find a hobby of some way, shape, or form, you'll come to find out that discovering inner peace is going to be a lot easier because you're going to start to discover more parts of yourself over and over and over again. And then once you unlock something, it's going to be a cycle of unlocking things within yourself. And you're going to find peace. A lot of people can't be alone. You can't be alone. That means you have some sort of turmoil. If you can't be alone, then you have some turmoil and you have trouble discovering. You're not peaceful. You're not comfortable in your own skin. So if you can't be alone, if you always got to have somebody around you, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, listen, what about me is not comfortable to me in my own skin? And it's probably because you're lying to yourself some way, shape, or form, and something wants to get out, and you're not able to look at yourself in the mirror and say, stop lying, figure it out, do the steps, and discover self. Next thing. Oh, this is a good one, y'all. You must run towards your fears. A lot of y'all are afraid. A lot of y'all have a lot of fears, and they're false evidence appearing real. They're only in your mind. Now, when you run towards a fear, funny thing about a fear, as the more you run to it, it starts to dissipate. It starts to go away. And you actually start to get comfortable. And you start to develop confidence of running towards your fears. So think about 5 things you're afraid of. 5 things that you convinced yourself not to do. And these are things that's worked for me. So I hope they work for you. But I'm not talking about something I read. I'm talking about everything that I put together from things that I learned and studied and I use in my life. So I'm just giving them to you because they work for me. Now, what you need to do is think about the top 5 things that you're afraid of and start attacking them every single day. Slowly but surely, those 5 things will disappear. And you will come to find out that there was actually nothing to be afraid of at all, which is going to make you have more confidence in your ability to get stuff done and to attack more fears, which also is going to liberate you and help you understand that, wow, I was actually this strong from the beginning. And all in all, it was just me lying to me. And then you're going to come to find out that you're going to be able to conquer more things that you probably never even thought you could even do. But after you got past that first 5 fears, then life is limitless. And then you'll come to find out that life starts to respond to you when you start to conquer fears. But when you live in a shell of fears, you're like 99% of the people around you. And most people want to do great things in their lives, but they're not comfortable with their abilities to get things done. And there's nothing different from you than everybody else who conquered their fears, but the mind state. Mind state. Understand, your mind state must be clear. And you must train your mind to get clear. But you, like you said, K-Dub, you stand in your own way. You convince yourself to procrastinate. You convince yourself to let yourself down. You convince yourself that these fears are gigantic, but they're really as small as a pea. Understand that. And it's crazy. You know, I was afraid to do videos, to just talk my stuff, but I really wanted to. And then one day I started making videos on Facebook, like workout videos. And then I got more confident because I always wanted to be a motivational speaker. When I got in front of people, I just could speak. It just was something I had. And I just started, I was like, I'm putting myself out there. I'm afraid, but what's everybody else going to think? And then I started doing more videos. Oh, let me make a YouTube channel. And I did that, but I was still lying to myself. And then after I had my spiritual awakening, and I looked at everything that I was good at, everything that I was bad at. And I took 3 months and I did exercises that I taught and I learned, taught myself, taught my mental every single day. I came out of that shell and exploded from nothing to something because I was true to myself. And inside, it wasn't being like Eric Thomas. It wasn't being like Les Brown. It wasn't being like C.T. Fletcher. It was being like Coach Reg. And Coach Reg is greater than everybody and myself. But if you don't believe that, whatever your name is, right, out there watching, how are you ever going to conquer yourself and be true to yourself and find inner peace? If you're trying to be like somebody else, it's not the way to go. You got to be like yourself and forget what everybody else thinks about you. Forget it. They're going to talk trash. See, when you conquer fears and you're really comfortable in your own skin, you're going to start to make people feel like they're not comfortable in their own skin. And it's going to make them kind of have a little bit of disturbance, turmoil within themselves, because most of the people around you that you want to be like, they don't even know who they are. So it's like the blind leading the blind. They haven't discovered inner peace for themselves. So when you start to discover inner peace for yourself, you're going to remind them that they actually need to do the same shit. And they're going to talk shit about you. They ain't going to like you. They ain't going to want to be around you. So it's going to make you feel better anyway, because I shouldn't be by myself anyway. So it's cool. But you got to understand that's part of it, people. That's part of it. What's next? Oh, learn about what you like. Listen, there's a lot of things you may like, right? Now, yes, I'm gonna get into that, dripping pain. I'm gonna get into what you consume in your body. That's that's coming. That's coming. Now, okay. So we are indoctrinated and programmed into a system that has us learning a certain kind of way. We are taught that this is the only way we're going to learn. And if you don't get it, then you're a failure, then you're stupid, you have ADHD, and you might need special ed. But let me tell you something else, people. I struggled in school. I always struggled in school. It just never was interesting to me. And if you didn't learn the way, they have you learning, then maybe that wasn't the way you learned. You ever thought about that? If you're always interested in like science and animals or basketball or math, maybe the way you were programmed to learn was a little bit different than everybody else. Maybe you were actually smarter than everybody else, and your brain frequency was on a higher level than everybody else. Like your valedictorian who was lucky enough to learn or be taught the way that they can learn, but you were never lucky enough to be taught the way you would learn. See, the system was designed and made by people who learn the way those people learn. And if you didn't learn that way, if you didn't articulate yourself that way, if you didn't comprehend that way, then they told you you were a failure. Now, the system told me that I was a failure based off of my accomplishments and how much I struggled through school. They told me I had ADHD. They put me in, intermediate classes. But when I found out what I liked to do, I come to find out that I'm actually a genius. And I don't like to say that, but the way I can comprehend the human body is like I lived another life doing this already. The way I can retain information, because I'm interested in it now, and the way that I learn is different. So I learn better listening, watching, and touching. That is the way I learn. That is the way I comprehend the best. Now I also can comprehend reading now a lot better too because of the way I treat my body now and the way my brain is a better receiver. But the best way for me to comprehend and to retain the information is through listening and touching, right? So if you don't know what the best way for you to learn is, how do you know who you are yet? If you don't even know what the best way it is for you to learn. You ever thought about that? Like, how do I really do like doing this, but I don't like reading all the time. I don't like sitting down and reading books. I can't hold attention. You ever thought about doing audiobooks? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about doing audiobooks? You ever thought about doing hands-on? You ever thought about that? You ever thought about watching TV? I'm talking about TV that serves you, like documentaries that serve you in your field. You ever thought about that? Because it works for me, and it worked a lot. And I had retained, in that 3-month period, I had retained information that was about 20 years of information in 3 months when I actually found out how I learned. I listened to maybe 500 to 600 hours of books and information that I remember verbatim to this day. Ain't that crazy? But then you find out who you are. And you find out that you actually were smarter than all those people in school they made feel better than you because you didn't learn the way they made you feel. And that actually messes you up as well as a youth for discovering inner peace, because you're never peaceful in yourself because you always thought that you were less than what you could be, than what you currently are. Think about it. It's great. Think about it. You were great. You just got to find out what you are, how you learn, what resonates with you, and go forward and go at it. And once you start to go at things and learn, it's like a light switch is going to be turned on. A light switch is going to be turned on, people. A light switch. Dead serious. Like never before. Like never before. People who are nutritionalists, who have been doing this shit for 20 years, are asking me for advice. How is that? How is that? I haven't been doing it for 20 years. I'm only 35. 2 months. How is that? Because you are a genius. You have lived multiple lives. You have information in your DNA that you haven't even touched yet. You have information inside your body that you don't even know yet. You have a certain level of brain power that you haven't even felt, which is going to get into my next topic. What are you eating? What are you eating? Do you know the food that we eat causes blockages in your body, which go to your brain and can cause a disruption with the way your brain operates? You know your body is a conduit to your mind, right? You know this, right? So you know that what you put into that body will either make or break your mental state. Do you know food can lead you into depression? Do you know food can lead you into mental problems? If your mental is not clear, well, how can you ever be peaceful and find it anyway? Your mental is popped because your body is cooked. Sorry, my terminology. This is where I get my shit across. All right, that's how I talk. All right, now, alcohol, bad food, no exercise. How are you ever going to be peaceful if the food and drink that you're eating has no energy to it? So you're being with energy, right? And then you're putting low energy into an energetic body. And then you're not working that energetic body out, which means your brain is not firing off as it should because the toxins aren't leaving your body through the sweat. And these joints that are meant to move need to be properly lubricated with water that's pure, but you're lubricating your body with alcohol, which is impure, and then you're drinking and eating sugar, which is deteriorating your body and your bones, and then you're drinking dairy, which is actually giving you osteoporosis, and then you're drinking acidic water, it's pulling minerals out your body, and then you're taking supplements and drugs that actually give you more mental conditions, which means you need more drugs. I'm not talking about the natural supplements. I'm talking about the unnatural supplements that actually destroy your kidneys, liver, colon, prostate, brain, body, connection is gone. So then you're going through libido issues because you lack that brain-body connection more. And then you're actually more depressed. And then you're wondering how it could happen. And then you're putting more medication into your body. And then you're actually being disrupted because if you look at the side effects of medication, a lot of them have to do with your brain. Confusion, disruption, sleepiness, lethargic, insomnia. Because if you're not sleeping, your brain's not resting, it's not healing, and then you're not peaceful. You get what I'm talking about here? So you're not going to discover inner peace until you put food in your body that's only meant for you to discover inner peace. Do you see what I'm saying here? So if the food you're putting into your body does not have a frequency to it, it's actually going to lower your frequency. And when you discover inner peace, your frequency has to be high because you have to push out all the disruption on the outside and develop an invisible barrier around you. And inner peace will do that, which means the external cannot affect the internal. Think about it. Think about it. The food is eating away at your very souls. And then you're going to die never knowing who you was, why you came here, and then you'll be in the spirit realm and say, I just wasted like 50 years. Let me go do it again. So if I was you, I would figure out how to eat right and make it no matter what, no matter how hard it is. If I'm a truck driver, I'm going to figure it out. I'm not going to make excuses. If I'm a housewife, I'm going to figure it out. Not going to make no excuses. If I am a busy person who has 3 jobs, I'm going to figure it out. And I'm not going to make no excuses. Because if you want to decide, if you want to get inner peace, you're going to figure it out to get inner peace, or you're never going to know who you are. And discovering yourself as inner peace is probably one of the single greatest accomplishments you can ever do in life, because then you'll start to realize who you truly are and you'll go for that. And then at that point, you will start to live. What's next? Stop taking life so serious. You are serious all the time. You are uptight all the time. You don't have any fun. You're always in something that requires a level of seriousness, and nobody wants to be around you anyway. Goddamn, you don't even want to be around you. So if you don't take life and understand that it's all one big thing you control, and take it too serious, then peace won't come to you. It won't come to you. What's next? Now, oh, yeah. Let's get it. As I said before, you must get away from people that are negative, that don't serve you, that only bring hurt to your life, whether it's friends, family, boyfriend, anybody, anything. Or you must take, and if you cannot get away from these people because you might live with them or whatever, you must find time for yourself and go away. I don't care if it's an hour a day. Can you give yourself that much time to start to know who you are? Can you do it? Can you do it? Because if you ever want to, well, what is discovering inner peace? What is that? That's when you know who you are. That's when you are so comfortable in your own skin that the external influences doesn't affect your internal greatness. And the external influences won't mean anything. Because if you don't like what this person has on, you ain't wearing it. When you actually understand how society is a bunch of followers. And I always tell my children, either you're going to lead this world or you're going to follow it. There's no in between. There's no in between. Either you're going to lead it or you're going to follow it. So if you look at people standing in line for the newest pair of Jordans, do they even realize why they're standing in line? Or are they doing it because everybody else is doing it? When people buy this new trend or get this new item or everybody's doing the same thing, understand they're probably doing it because they saw somebody else doing it, which is why they always want athletes and celebrities to advertise their products, because they know that if you see them wearing it or drinking it or eating it, well, 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to do the same. So they'll pay them $40 to $50 million and they'll spend $1 million on a commercial and they'll make 200 and maybe $1 billion off of that. Because they know that if they can multiply what they're doing for the amount of followers we have in the world, then they'll make a lot of money because they understand that you're a follower. And a lot of people, they don't have inner peace. They don't have inner peace. And I always felt that. Like people don't, and you'll all also be misunderstood a lot when you discover your inner peace. Because people are not going to understand why you don't have any, you don't want to fit in anymore. Like, I don't want to fit in. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Why do I have to do it? Because you're doing it, so I have to do it. But I'm good. I know who I am. So I actually don't want to go. So I'm not going to go. I'm actually not going to do things that actually make you feel good because I don't want to do them. But when you know who you are, you'll make them come to you. And they'll eventually come to you. Because you're so comfortable with who you are, they might start wanting to be around you because you make them actually feel good. Or you just like, listen, hey, ain't no change in this person, so I might as well deal with it or roll out. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm an introvert to the core. And I was an introvert before, trying to fit in with people who are extroverts. But now I'm an introvert who's discovered inner peace, and I still do it every day. It's not something that you learn for a little bit and you just stop it. It's something that you do every day. It's something that you do every single day. You cannot start to discover inner peace and just do it for a little bit and stop. You must discover something new about yourself every single day and move towards it, because it's never ending. It's limitless. You are a spirit being. You are limitless. So if you understand how limitless you are, you understand that there's never ever stopping. You're eternally learning. You're never going to stop. This is what we are. We are forever growing. How tall can a tree grow? As tall as it possibly can. There's no limit to what you can do. There's never been a limit. The only limit that you place on yourself is this physical body. The spirit has no limit. And once you get out of the material self, of this physical encasing that you are in, you will move at life with a greater speed of you will move so like with a purpose. You will move so powerfully. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. People will feel the energy coming off of you. To this day, listen, people, they want to know. I can feel how some people can actually feel uncomfortable around me, and some people feel at peace around me. But either way, I'm going to be me regardless of how it makes you feel. I'm not changing for nobody, because now I know what I'm here for. Now you should know what you're here for. And if you do not know why you're here in this world, in this planet, what your purpose is, if you do not know, you ain't living yet, people. You ain't living. You ain't even there. You haven't even touched it. You haven't even felt it. When you feel it, it's like everyday orgasm of the spirit, not physical. Take that out of there. It's an everyday orgasm of the spirit every day. Every day. Not all the time, because you will have some disruptance. I mean, life ain't perfect. But you will have an everyday orgasm, because then you'll be, it's like, I'm liberated. I am so liberated right now. And it will liberate you, and you will feel great. You will feel so centered. People that used to bother you can't bother you no more. You laugh at them, and it bothers them because they knew they used to get at you, and they can't even fuck with you no more. They can't even touch you. They can't even touch you. Hey, Coach Reg, why do you curse? That's the way I feel. So I'm going to say what I want. I'm not doing what makes you happy. I'm doing what makes me happy. Do not shortchange yourself. Do what makes you happy. Because when you do what makes you happy, what's guaranteed is you're going to make somebody else unhappy. But if you do what makes them happy, you're going to make everybody unhappy. Best believe that. Best believe that. But this is what I have for you today. Do I have anything else? Oh, sorry. You must get outside. You must go outside. I am so bad. Go outside. Connect with the sun. Connect with nature. Ground yourself. Breathe in that good-ass prana. Breathe it in. Go outside. Oh, but the good-ass prana has chemtrails. Shut up. Shut up. That's the inner self. Shut up. Stop making excuses for why you can't get better. Shut up. Tell yourself that. I tell myself that. Shut the fuck up. For real. But, I can't get to the gym. Shut up. Do some push-ups in the living room. Do some jumping jacks. But, I don't know how to eat healthy. Shut up and learn. We have Google, goddammit. We have Google. We are in an information age. You can literally go on your phone and learn almost anything. You don't know how to cook? My wife has a cookbook. Buy it. Shut up. I'm telling you, you must tell the inner self that. That is the bad part of yourself. That's the material part. That's lazy. That aches. That don't want to do shit. That spirit wants to explode out of your body. But your material has been controlling your life for this entire time. And you got to tell. It was raining all day today. Shut up, Brian. I don't care. Get out in the rain. What are you afraid of? Is water going to melt you? So what? So what? So what? And what else you got for me? What else you got? You didn't even believe that yourself. What else you got? My wife is over there dying. She's cracking up. She can't even freaking talk right now. I'm just being real. This is who I am. This is how I express myself. When one of my friends heard what I called myself, Mr. Intensity, they were like, yeah, that sounds about right. Because I'm intense. It's how I get my point across. Calm down, bro. Shut up. I'm not calming down. Who I am. I've discovered inner peace. Understand that? My wife is dying. Y'all dying. This is me. Know what I'm saying? Like, it was hot. It's cold. I gotta put a jacket on. I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't learn. Shut up. For real. There's so many things you can tell yourself not to get shit done. You can. You have. But, you gonna shut the fuck up and get it done? Or what? For real. Are you gonna do that? Because as we get off of this live screen and you go back to your life, I did tell you shut up, Brian. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, I'm gonna bring it back with shut up. Anyway, okay. When you go back to your life and you get back to your life and you have the next thing you must accomplish, right? As you tell yourself these things, right? And you find an excuse and you feel that excuse creeping up. It's creeping in. Tell it to shut the fuck up. Tell that excuse, shut the fuck up. Hear me say it. Every time you have an excuse and you can't get it done. Yourself, you've been the biggest enemy and you think everybody else out here to hurt you. It's actually been you. They always say when you point at somebody, you got 3 fingers pointing right back at you. You point at somebody, you look, they all come back at you because it was all you to begin with. And once you here's the thing, y'all. Once you realize it was you this whole entire time, you'll realize that it's also going to be you that's going to make your life great again. That's going to make your life even greater than what you are. Because even though that your life at this present point is the total sum of all your life decisions, you'll also realize that your future will be the total sum of all your life decisions after this moment right here. And then you'll move with a greater purpose. You'll watch all your decisions a lot more carefully and you won't just make them. You'll think about more things. You'll make better decisions with friends, with women, with men, with contracts, with reading them. You won't be so impulsive. You'll understand that your future in 5 years will also be the total life sum of your decisions. But after this moment here, this is that point right here. This here is my present. And this is what I'm going to center myself in. My present. This here I cannot change. Which is also going to hurt you with inner peace because you're going to be so stressed about your past that you can't get past your future. Right? So you're in your past like, oh, what I did so much. I did so much. I can't get past it, y'all. Yeah, I did all that same shit. And so I said, fuck it. This is what made me what I am. This is my breaking point. And I'm going to open up and I'm going to take all my decisions from this point on and I'm going to make the right ones. Or if I make the wrong ones, at least I thought about it first. For real. Seriously. So whenever you make excuses to yourself, whenever you feel like you can't do it, tell yourself to shut up. See, just like that. Shut up. Seriously. Get outside. Yeah, dripping paint, go run. Get outside, run. Figure out, even if you mess up, figure out how to cook better. I'm telling you, when you eat food that has energy, you get energy. It makes so much sense. It's like, keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple. Energy, together, higher frequency. Energy, low energy, low energy, low energy, low energy, dead. Makes sense. Makes sense. This is not the Coach Reg you saw in the videos in the beginning last year. I don't know who that nigga was. All I know is he dead. This here is the spirit that has been living for I don't know how long. This here is the spirit that as I speak, I don't even know what I'm going to say. I let my spirit lead what I'm going to say. It leads. I can talk for 50 minutes about inner peace and didn't even know where it came from. When you get closer to your spirit, you will understand, you will move, and you will speak with guidance from that, which is what we call the higher being inside of you, your higher self. The smartest version of you has been hidden and dormant for all the years of your life. And until you open up that, you will never know what it means to have the inner peace, to be born again, to be enlightened. Because to be enlightened is to understand what you don't know. I don't understand what you do know. To be enlightened is to understand that you don't know shit. And you got to keep on learning, and you're forever learning. To me, that's what enlightenment means. I don't know what a book says. I know what I feel like. I'm enlightened because I understand how much I don't know and how much I'm going to move and find what I don't know. And I'm going to make every single day better than the last day as far as my knowledge. Because the more knowledge I put into my body and my brain, the higher my frequency get. The more food I put into my body, the higher my frequency get. And at the end, I'm going to be a total sum of all my decisions, better, with a better frequency, with better food, with a better body. I'm going to move. I'm going to move. And the universe wants to move out of your way. It wants to move out of your way. It's like water. It wants to just move and find a path of least resistance. Understand. Understand. Understand, people. Understand. Understand. But I spoke my piece from an inner peace. For real. All right? So, besides that, this is Coach Reg, a.k.a. Mr. In10sity. And my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness. And I hope I invoke some thought today, too. I hope I invoked some thought. I hope I did. I hope I did. Also, Dwayne, some people don't realize how much bullshit they teach themselves as well. Telling you. I love cutting my grass with my push mower. I'll be out in the sun for, good 2 hours. I'm talking about, man. Get that sun. Get that energy. Get that energy. Get that life in you. Ground yourself in the earth. Get out there and breathe in that good-ass prana. Breathe it in. Feed your body. Because it's how you interact with your spirit. Feed it. Besides that, this is Coach Reg, a.k.a. Mr. In10sity, and my job is to invoke thought and help awaken the world's consciousness one person at a time. Hopefully that person is you.